Hi, my name is Joseph Arriaga. I'm talking to you today about how nature makes a man. The cases of Firegold, Hatchet, and My Side of the Mountain. These three novels all involve a trial in the depths of nature and implicitly claim that it is this trial, this process, by which boys garner the experience and self-awareness necessary to become men. It emphasizes a struggle in specifically for all three novels, a mountainous, wooded area away from civilization in isolation. That's also very important. This quote by T.S. Eliot, I encourage you all to read. These books all encompass a modern iteration of the hero's journey, which is, in archetypal terms, a series of dissolution and rebirth, from stability to instability to restabilization in an improved manner from the previous stabilization. Nature here is the underworld. It's a dark night of the soul. In one novel, as we'll see, it's allegorical. In other novels, not so much. Perhaps there's still a lot of symbolic meaning there. But you can evoke. I put the scene from Hercules in the background, and because Heracles had to go down to the underworld, as did Eurydice, it was a very common element in Greek myth. Jesus Christ actually, archetypally, again, had his journey into the underworld. And we'll see that echoed here. So the first of three is Firegold. This is age-wise, I would recommend this in the age 14 to 16, maybe 17 age group to fully understand the social ramifications that the primary protagonist deals with that drive him to this journey. It asks questions regarding the difference between blood ties and community ties, which are very important. The difference between the outcasted individual and the integrated individual. It makes the case that if you're different and sort of unlike everybody else, you're going to be shunned unless you're useful to society. And I think that is a harsh truth everybody must learn at some point in their life. Firegold is different from other novels in the series that I'm speaking to you about, due primarily to the sensitive material it deals with regarding mental health and the excessive amount of color symbolism. You see it on the cover art of Firegold in the primary slide. It's all throughout the series. The main character has blue eyes. His mother has red hair. It's unnatural. These are brown-eyed, brown-haired people. Who are you? Are you crazy? Why are you different? And he leaves to find the answers to these things. And he finds that answer in the wilderness, which is a common theme repeated in Hatchet by Gary Paulson. Now, Brian is the son of divorced parents. His mother has left him this hatchet. He's traveling between his parents. The pilot has a heart attack, dies, and he's stranded in the wilderness. I believe that Hatchet is highly allegorical. It is a reflection of the spirit of a young boy whose life has just been thrown into chaos by the divorce of his parents. The entire foundation of his life is now out from under him. And as you read Hatchet, you see that he deals with things internally and they're reflected externally. And this process repeats itself until he's able, in his isolation, to mentally process all of the things he deals with in regards to his parents, what he witnessed his mother doing. And he witnessed his mother cheating, and his mother is the one who gave him the hatchet. And as soon as he gets off the island or the wilderness, he no longer needs the hatchet and he could proverbially bury it. This is another of two rather serious subject matter books. Divorce and infidelity are things, unfortunately, we do need to be exposed to and read about. The similarities and differences in this novel, the primary difference is that he's forced to do it, and the circumstances are life or death. It's heavily allegorical compared to the other two novels in the series. However, it is a mountainous wooded area. He goes in a boy, he comes out a man. My Side of the Mountain. This is a book you can read a little bit younger. If Firegold was 14 to 16, I would say Hatchet would be around the 12 to 15 age range. I know that's when I first read Hatchet. Now, My Side of the Mountain, if you're able to process the words and read it, I don't think there's any harm in somebody even as old as 8, 9, or 10 reading this book. This is just a good, happy book. As you can see further down here, this journey doesn't contain the kind of risk that Firegold and Hatchet contain. He can call it quits at any time and go home. Symbolism in this book Although different from Firegold, we look here at the falcon, the eye of Horus, the all-seeing eye, the falcon which can see up to 200 yards and pinpoint a little worm that far away. The falcon is sight, and this young man goes into the mountain, acquires sight, and becomes a man. And it is through that sight that he is able to go back to society and go back to his home and sort of bring everybody with him. He's able to improve the lot for all he cares about because of this symbolic grasping of sight. The hero's journey is the same across multiple resolutions and many levels of abstractions. It is nature versus nurture, order, chaos, society, wilderness, and even heaven and hell. The idea is expressed throughout all three. It's the act of forthrightly, willingly, and with responsibility addressing nature and addressing chaos and being able to subdue it that, according to these three books, make a boy into a man, somebody with affect, somebody with ability, somebody competent. Across all three, I would focus on teaching archetypes, I would focus on teaching the significance of symbolism, and I would focus on teaching the common hero journey plot and progression and how that might apply to the life of a young adult. How the lessons learned about forthright confrontation with chaos and willing addressing of problems, essentially, willingly addressing problems. And being able to do so makes you better at being able to do so. And that's a lesson that every young man could learn. And every young woman can learn that too. Thank you for your time. My name is Joseph Arriaga. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation, and I'm off to go read everybody else's.